Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and I wanted to talk about um, some pretty upsetting topics. Basically, I'm going to be listing the stuff that triggers me. Um, Obviously, I have thought this through. Um, I'm not putting myself in danger by saying these things. Um, this is just a way for me to try to figure things out. Um, these topics are in no way things that I cannot talk about. Um, I can talk about it with a lot of people. I can talk about it um, with people I trust to a lesser extent to people I don't trust. I can talk about these topics, um, especially when it relates to other people. But when it relates to myself, um, if especially if somebody is judging me because of these things, it's going to put me in my defensive mode. Um, as you will see, there are quite a lot of topics that upset me. Um, and some of them don't make much sense if you don't really know my story. Um, some of these things are more triggering than others. And I mean, it's not, I won't be going into much detail about these things. Um, but I think this is kind of an exercise in seeing when I'm comfortable saying out here. I think that I'm on a good enough maturity level that I can take criticism about these things without taking it really badly. Um, I mean, to some people, this might seem kind of stupid because it's like, why would you put your triggers online? It's I'm not trying to warn other people about this. I'm just this is more for myself, and I'm doing this um, because I want to get to know myself better, um, to just see how far this can go. Okay, I've made this video once before, and I had to pause it, and so now I'm back at it. I came with around seven topics. The first is exercise. Okay, I haven't been great at exercising um, because it's never been really a fun thing when I was growing up and in school and being bullied and everything. It wasn't really that great. Um, and I haven't really found exercise because of my social anxiety. It kind of has stopped me from um, going to the gym or running outside. Um, so I'm trying slowly to get back into it, um, or not back into it. I'm just trying to get into it. My first step is getting um, gym clothes. So I'm not there yet, really, but and I'm fine with people talking about it. But you will find that will be a little bit of a blank wall if you're talking about what you did at the gym, you know. So that's fine. Um, my second, number two, is sex. If you've seen my asexuality video, you'll see that I'm a little bit confused about this topic. I'm fine with people talking about sex, and I'm fine about reading about it, and I'm fine with a lot of it. It's just, I don't know where I stand on experiencing it myself. And one of the reasons for that is not just because I don't experience much attraction to people. It's also that I was bullied, and my bullying was in part focused on my image as a prudish person. And a lot of kids wanted to break that out of me, and that was in certain cases a little bit traumatic. So it wasn't. I haven't experienced. Um, well, arguably, I haven't experienced much sexual harassment, but there's other stuff that goes into all this that makes me uncomfortable, and that's why I don't really partake in it. Yeah, so that's number two. Number three is, well, bullying. Um, I do like talking about bullying. Talking about what my bullies did, on the other hand, is a little bit more difficult. Um, I won't stand for bullying, but at the same time, I'm a little bit scared to stand up to people who are bullying. So I usually don't do anything because uh, whenever there's a bully, I just feel like I'm back into me being like 6, 7 years old and not knowing what to do, you know? So bullying is a big thing. I was also bullied at my workplace, and thinking about that time, which was, yeah, it was 2 years ago, and yes, I am still, it still makes my pulse go up thinking about the bullying I experienced there. So that's my number three is bullying. My number four is driving. I cannot drive. And well, I live in Europe, and I live in a place where, right now, I live in a place where I need a car, but I've lived in the big cities where you don't need a car, where you can take public transport and it's fine. I've tried, it costs a lot of money here. I've tried the driving test 3 times, and I had to do the written part twice, and it's an administrative nightmare because, well, first of all, I was trying to do this during COVID, so there weren't any times to book, and you have to do the written 3 months, like there's only a little window before you have to take the practical test. I cannot do any driving with anybody I know because they're not qualified, and my parents live in another country. And well, my mom can't drive in France either because she has an American license. So I have a lot of obstacles. I've tried, I've wasted a lot of money on this, and it really stresses me out. But yes, I still don't have my driver's license, and that's kind of a sore point for me. So that was number four. Number five is dogs. I like dogs from a distance. I like dogs that are calm and nice and that I don't need to interact with. I have a little bit of a phobia of dogs. The problem with that kind of phobia is that it is a very socially unacceptable kind of phobia. I have a friend who has a phobia of birds, and that's much less of a handicap. People consider me heartless for not wanting to pet their dog. So I'll pet their dog, you know. But I'm kind of uncomfortable and awkward around dogs, and it's not that I dislike your dog. It's just I don't like people and creatures that come up to me and scare me, you know? Cats usually leave me alone, so I'm fine with them. Most kids leave me alone, but you know, sometimes there are kids who are really like in your face. And I went my personal bubble. So, and it doesn't matter the size of the dog. Big dogs are a little bit tougher to deal with because they take so much space. And also, I don't really love dogs that bark really loudly because I jump. But there have been dogs that have been really nice to me, and I've gotten to know. but like, don't ask me to walk your dog. Uh, I'll say no, basically. Um, so that's my number 5. Let's see if I can think of the other ones. Okay, my number 6 is um, criticizing the way that I clean stuff, or basically judging the way I like my house that is a mess or that kind of thing. Um, my parents never really taught me how to do the cleaning. Since I lived in a hoarder house, there wasn't much that I could clean. Um, so growing up, my list of chores was, well, didn't have to do with hoovering. It was more, well, I mean, I could do the dishes, and but that was also kind of a pain because there wasn't any spot to put the dishes. There's quite a lot of stuff that if you judge me for doing it, or if you say that there's a better way to do it, like, I'd rather not hear it. Um, that's why I never do the dishes at my ISFJ friend's house, because he's just a control freak, you know. But my INFJ friend doesn't criticize me for the way I do the dishes, so I'm much more likely to do it at his place. That has been a little bit of a difficult thing for me to do that kind of thing. So yep, that's my number 6. My number 7 is basically the one that I think most people would understand. It's being in the emergency room, talking about emergencies and trauma patients, because it is very stressful, and I've done a lot of dumb stuff, and made a lot of mistakes um, that really stressed me out after thinking about it. When I was there, like, maybe I wasn't thinking about it much, but then afterwards you start realizing, like, oh my god, this person could have died because of me. And for me, the emergency room is not a very fun place. I know that a lot of doctors find it really exciting. And there is this sort of satisfaction that you get from seeing all of these people and fixing them, and then them being well afterwards. But yeah, the stress is too much for me. So yeah, I'll think if I can think of another point, I'll tell you. Wait. Oh yeah. This is a bit of a lesser thing. I mean, I could talk about it, but it's cooking. I suck at cooking. So people telling me that it's easy, um, or that I should just try out stuff. It's not easy when you, like, getting into cooking means that you need to buy a lot of materials that I don't have in my kitchen. So it's like you need a lot of steps in order to actually have a kitchen that's good enough to learn how to cook in. Also, you need a good teacher, and my parents are not great at cooking either. Um, my friends have easily like have quickly found out that it's better if they do most of the cooking, and they just let me do the simple tasks. But the simple tasks that I get to do, I often don't end up doing them that great either. It will take me ages to peel a potato, um, because I never learned the right techniques. I try, okay, um, but people telling me, like, trying to teach me to do stuff like that, I have to be really in the mood, and it has to be really gently. Um, but I can take it. It's just it's one of the things that are kind of difficult for me to grasp, and I'll be easily frustrated. So yeah, that's it. I think that's enough. That's enough. That's way enough things to trigger me. I mean, the last thing would be the therapy bit, telling me to go to therapy. which I haven't done yet, but I'm on my way. I'm trying. I've at least I'm trying just to do one step at a time, um, and that goes for all the things that I've mentioned. Um, so yeah, this video is mostly for myself. I don't know if I'm going to post it, but I think that why not? Um, I don't think that anything that somebody can say in the comments is not something that somebody has already said before in my real life. So I don't think I can get hurt by so much more at this point. Yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.